KWOC News Time, 8:09. Welcome to Brittney on the Bluff, brought to you each weekday by Today's Computers, Key Drugs, First Community Bank, and Whitworth's Gift Chest Jewelers, right here in Poplar Bluff. Joining us in the studio this morning, we have Brother Gregory Kirk from the United Gospel Rescue Mission. How you doing, sir?
I am doing wonderful.
Well,
the nicest day of the... I was just texting a friend of mine. The nicest day of the 2014 rifle season for deer. The nicest day of the entire year. I saw more deer on the way in today than I saw in my stand. The nicest day of the year. And I'm working.
Is that not crazy?
It happens every year. It's okay.
So I take it you didn't get one.
I did not get one. I am not one of the statistical favored deer hunters in this state. I don't know. I think maybe it's because I like the actual hunt.
Right.
But I don't prepare enough to get out there. And I told somebody I'm not that serious about it. And they said, maybe that's why you're on your Facebook from your tree stand. I'm like, yeah, maybe. I don't know. Maybe.
So you don't go out there and put your food plots and your mineral blocks and scope it out with your cameras and all that ahead of time?
I've got a camera. It's a really nice game camera. It's sitting on the porch.
Really?
Yeah.
What good's it going to do you there?
I don't know. I even have one of them little corn feeder things. Of course, they're not supposed to be out now. It is not out now. It is not out, Mr. Pratt. It's not out. Okay. But
oh, man.
It was not out even before. When it was allowed to be out, I didn't have it out. So I don't know. I'm kind of like lazy. I always tell everybody, if you ever see a picture of me in the paper with like the giantest deer, it was the exact worst day of that deer's life. It just happened to walk by my stand.
He was in the wrong place at the wrong time.
It was predestined for that deer to bite the dust that day.
Oh,
so
well.
for all of you anti-hunter people, okay, and I bless you and praise you if that's the way you. But for all of you, I'm really on your side because for the last 9 years, I have bought deer tags in the state of Missouri, and I have not produced a deer, not a deer, none, zero, zip, nada.
You'd be surprised how many people I've talked to that have your same record.
I'm such a bad hunter. I love to hunt, but
you just like to get out and sit in the woods, don't you?
Yeah, but you know what? I guess my thing is I'm too ADHD to sit in a tree stand. After about like 10 minutes, I got to have something to do, and I'm not quiet enough to stalk the woods. So, like I said, if I ever get one, it will be like the worst day of that deer's life ever.
Did you even see one?
No.
Not even see.
Oh, yeah, today on the way in.
I meant while you were out in the woods.
No.
Oh, man.
No, is that where you're supposed to see him?
I think so.
I thought about just like...
See, I have the same record you have. Of all the years I've gone, I've yet to shoot one.
I thought what I could do is like just duct tape an arrow to the front of my car, you know, because I come likelier to hitting one with my car than I will be with my bow or my rifle.
I hit two this year, so, you know.
Whatever.
Go figure that kind of luck.
Whatever. Whatever.
Well,
I am helping support the Missouri Department of Conservation.
There you go. Yeah.
By
making a donation.
By making a donation, but I never take. I only donate.
Oh,
now, if anyone feels sorry for me and wants to take the pastor of the rescue mission out to shoot the big buck, you just call me.
Show him where they're at.
Yeah, tell me. Take me to the deer farm. You got to pay for it. I ain't paying for the deer farm. I don't know, whatever. But, I digress. Let me just say something before we start talking about Thanksgiving. I would like to mention this for those of you who have been successful in hunting.
Yes.
The mission will take your venison. We'll take all the venison you want to give us. There's no such thing as too much. We have a grinder to beat the band. I can grind it up. We'll cut the meat off. We'll grind it. We had a guy give us a front shoulder last year. We just put the whole thing. I've got a 50-gallon soup pot. We put that whole shoulder in there and cooked it for like a day till it just fell apart, and added all the vegetables and had it stew. And
yum.
I know. And the thing is the folks that eat with us, they go absolutely crazy over it. we'll take the burger that we divide up, and we save some of it for ourselves, of course, because we got to have, we feed every day.
Right.
But the other thing is we also put it into little 1-pound packages, and we put it in the food boxes. Well, we ask if they would like some venison before. I mean, we don't just give it to them because everyone doesn't like it,
yeah,
right?
Not everybody's into it.
But
yeah.
it doesn't stay. If I had 200 packages of ground venison, it would not last a week. It would be gone.
Really?
Yes, because people, once they find out we have it, they just beg for it, and I don't care. So if you have, I don't care if now close your ears, Mr. Pratt, because you're supposed to use all your deer before the season or whatever the rule is or something. Having never gotten one, I don't really know all the rules. But anyway, if you have last year's deer still in the freezer and you've got more, you just give it to the mission. We will take it. Absolutely, we'll take it. We'll take your pheasant. We'll take your quail. We'll take your dove. We'll take your ducks. Okay, if they're live, they're going to my house. Okay, if they're already, But don't do like one lovely donor this week. I won't mention his name on the air. He called me and asked me, will we take a wild pig that had been killed? And I said, I guess. So he brings me the wild pig. It ain't gutted.
Oh,
it
no.
wasn't processed. It's a wild pig. The whole wild pig, this giant pig. I come to work, is laying in the backyard of the mission. I'm like,
my
great.
gosh.
Penny McGath, the Downtown Partnership, is going to love driving by and watching us gut a hog. And so I have an employee who actually, he's from Haiti, not Haiti, he's from Haiti. And he happened to come by. He goes, oh, brother, I want that. I feed my family with that. I'll take the whole. I said, will you take this whole thing? He says, yeah. I said, well, it's not gutted or anything. He goes, I'll take it. I said, okay, get it off the property within the next hour. Because the last thing I needed was Penny McGath calling me saying, Pastor Kirk, why you got a dead hog laying in the backyard?
What's all the blood and guts back there?
So, I would
need that.
Now, I will still take it, but I would just like to mention this publicly. I would really appreciate having them gutted and, marginally processed before I get them.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to.
There you go.
It's like, whatever. I mean, I wish I would have took a picture of it because that is, of 25 years, that is one of the oddest donations I've ever received.
First wild hog?
Nothing. It's just been shot. I'm like, wow.
Oh, wow. Where did they take it from?
I don't know. I didn't ask. It was a don't ask, don't tell. I don't know. I
said I want to go over to the lake and give that a shot sometime.
Well, that might have been where they were.
Chase down a wild hog.
I raise hogs. I don't need to chase down wild ones. Mine taste way better than those wild ones.
But still.
Okay. Because they're finicky eaters.
Yeah. Are they?
Yeah.
Your pigs are finicky eaters?
Not really. They just get fed good. Okay.
They do get fed good, don't they?
Anyway.
Speaking of livestock.
Yeah. All my animals are alive today. That's a great thing. And now we're going to go to turkeys.
Yeah. Let's talk turkey. Let's talk turkey. We got the big meal.
We are so excited. I really am excited. We are going to serve. It'll be record number this year. I know. I mean, the only way it won't be is if nobody shows up, which that's never happened before.
That won't happen.
We generally feed 12 to 1,300 between the carry-out trays and the people who come in. There's going to be about between 400 and 500 who actually come in and eat the meal.
That's a lot of meals.
It is. And then we've got that many more we send out, which, like I said, I've said this the last time I was on, but it's the firemen. We're sending, I don't even remember, I think 200 or 150 meals to the jail. We'll feed the parole department's folks down there. We'll feed all the firemen, the policemen, sheriff's deputies, whoever, the folks here at KWOC that have to work. And if you're an employer that has employees that need to work on Thanksgiving, and you want to make sure they get a Thanksgiving meal, just call the mission. Don't feel like, well, that's for somebody else. We're making so much food. 10 more trays isn't going to make a difference, and we're not even going to notice it. I'm telling you, if you would like to provide, if you have to work, if you know your neighbor, this happens a lot too. people think, well, I just said, well, that's for somebody else. It's not for me.
Right.
If you have a neighbor that you know that doesn't have, you don't, in your estimation, they don't have anything.
Right.
If you want to come and just come, like you're delivering trays, just come, look, I got a neighbor who really needs this. And you want to go bless them, come and get some food and bless them.
There
We'll
you
do it.
go.
We don't care.
Yeah.
We're going to feed about 300 in Culin. We're going to feed about 300 in Donovan. And we're going to feed about 150 in Puxico.
Wow.
So we're real excited about that.
Branching out.
Yeah, we're trying.
Yeah.
It's always been my dream because the bottom line is, Brittney, when you're making 1,000 meals, another 200, 300, 400, even 5 is not that big of a deal. It's a few more turkeys and, a little more mashed potatoes.
Yeah.
It's really not. It's not that hard.
Right.
It's kind of I told my guys I will be involved in getting the meals out to the outlying organizations, because last year one of my wonderful men at the mission gave all the turkey to one group. So here
no.
the group I got to have some turkey back, because they wondered why they had like 14 pans of turkey for 200 people. It's like, bring the turkey, bring it back, bring it back.
No.
So I said, do not give away all my turkey this year.
Let's split it up.
We made, I came up with this plan to smoke turkeys. Because, I saw that Olive Oil's Boyfriend thing where they were store in town, where they were selling their smoked turkeys for $40. I'm like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
I said, I can make one better than that. And so now there's other companies in town that sell smoked turkey,
Sure,
and
there's
I'm not
several.
even saying
Yeah.
that's a bad price. What I'm saying is my turkey, most of it was donated, and I have nothing in the turkeys.
Right.
I mean, other than, someone gave it to me. So, and then the time it takes to do it. So I came up with this idea that let's smoke some turkeys and sell them for Christmas. We can beat anybody's price with $25 because it's going to be just a donation to the mission. We don't care.
Right.
And the turkeys were given to us. So, and the people that gave us the turkeys, they're not going to care because it's money going to the mission.
Making money for the mission, yeah.
I thought we'd sell 20 or 30. We have sold over 50. We've made 50 or 62 turkeys or something. I was thinking we'd do 20 or 30. People kept ordering and ordering and ordering. With this fundraiser has generated over $1,000.
Oh,
just
nice.
Turkeys.
Yeah.
All $1,000 to the rescue mission.
That's awesome.
It's one of my best fundraisers I've ever thought of. Who knew? I'm experimenting with doing a smoked ham. And I got to try it though a couple times, because I got to get the recipe perfected.
Sure.
I have worked on this turkey recipe, and I think we brine the turkeys, we do all the stuff,
and it's a Cajun smoke.
It's a Cajun smoke, yeah.
I can't wait to try it.
Yeah, it's good.
Yum. And we're picking them up today, aren't we?
You can.
Okay. That's
You
what
can. Yeah. We were picking them up yesterday too.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Okay. There's no way I couldn't. I got on my Facebook and put the mission's Facebook and put all the stuff in there.
I just missed it. Okay.
But that's okay. We've got them. It's just they got a bunch of them got done, and that's fine, because I had a couple companies. One wanted 21 turkeys, and the other one wanted 10. And so basically they're out. They're gone. And so we got those out of the way. So actually it's fine. If you ordered a turkey, just come into the mission. You can come in today. You can come in right now while I'm on the radio and go get it. There's a little drop box by my office is on the wall. It's like a mail slot. You can put your money in an envelope or your check and just drop it in that box. That way you don't have to worry about your money being missing. And, face it, everyone that's there that's not an employee is a former drug addict. I just really hate to qualify, but that's just the bottom line.
Sure.
And, if you give them the $25, it probably will make it to me. But why tempt somebody above what they're able? You never know. So just stick it in the slot, and there it is.
But you know what? I gotta be honest. I was this year's scouting for food.
You were there on Saturday,
yeah,
weren't you?
I was there past 2 Saturdays, hanging out at the store there, and the guys, of course, I hung out in the back with them. Sweet, polite, professional. I cannot say enough nice things about the guys. Seriously. I'm so proud of
I
them.
work with those guys so hard to teach them.
Yeah,
you know,
you're doing a good job.
I really
'cause they
try
were
hard because
terrific.
I just, I've got this. I know it's just a idiosyncrasy, but if you a dude or even a woman, but you don't see women do this much. Don't talk to me with a toothpick in your mouth. I know that's
That is a little tacky.
it's just tacky. It's what we call it's crass.
Or a big old wad of gum.
Or
Like you try to
the
talk to
other kind of
somebody.
gum that everybody chews around here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
y'all care if I spit in your car? It's like, yeah.
I believe I
You
do.
care if I spit in your house? Anyway,
Well, the guys, they've just been so helpful the past couple of weekends with the
and that
with
was
the food
great.
drive, and I was just really impressed. And plus, I just enjoyed hanging out with them. They
And
were
I-
fun to talk to.
And the thing is with that Boy Scout food drive is the food comes, we do get it, but all the food doesn't go to the mission.
No,
I want
no,
people to know
only a
that.
portion of
We
that.
divide it up and we portion it out. And if I remember correctly, it goes to us and Haven House and Child Concern and
I know St. Vincent de Paul
And
gets
St. Vincent de
some.
Paul.
Also, First Baptist Church's food pantry's getting some.
Right.
We collected enough that in some of the surrounding communities that their food pantries are going to
Really?
get
And
some.
I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
Really, it is a huge deal because here right before the holidays, we're basically restocking all the food pantries in the area.
Yeah, we got
I mean, basically all of them.
we have guys
So-
over there sorting out stuff
Yeah,
today.
yeah.
And so that's a perfect example of if you have cans of tuna, here's what I think of is there was a thing going around Facebook not too long ago about the things that food pantries they never think to ask for, or you never think about them needing.
Right.
And I shared it with everybody I knew. It actually was very good because it was right on. It's the deodorants, toothpaste, toothbrushes. People don't think about that stuff.
Right.
But I mean, because when you think of a food bank, you think of food.
Sure.
And food's important. Don't get me wrong; it is a food bank. But I had a lady in California who traveled all the time, and every time she went to a hotel, she took the soaps and stuff, and she brought them back, and she used to give those to us. And it was hundreds and hundreds of those little teeny,
Sure.
like you see in a hotel, little shampoos and bottles. And I had another
I
lady
never thought of that.
who worked for a hotel chain, who when they changed those out, they changed the product, they changed them out every now and then. She had
Sure.
permission from the hotel chain to give those to the mission, and we had a bunch of those. And for someone who's traveling through, that's just not, they're transitory or whatever. Those little things of shampoo and soap, they fit right in their backpack. They're a great thing to do. So those of you that travel very much, you think about that.
I never thought about that. That's a great idea.
And
yeah.
even now, because of the 9/11 and TSA, you can only have 2 ounces of this. And there's a lot of the stores, like Walmart and what have you, are selling product that's that size.
Sure.
So if you go buy a bunch of those, if you want to, you could give those to the rescue mission or to the food banks for people to give out, and put that in their box. It'd be something a little special. I mean, did you ever think about dish soap? I never did. I mean,
No,
I didn't
not
either,
for a
but
food
people
bank,
have to
never.
wash their dishes. If you don't have the money to buy food, well, who's buying dish soap?
Right.
Seriously. I mean,
And I'd say that's a call out to those couponers.
yeah. Oh,
that get
man.
a dozen bottles of Dawn
Yeah.
or whatever it is. Keep what you can actually use in a practical amount of time, and then donate the rest to our area food pantry.
We've had to start making our own laundry detergent at the mission with
you
the
really?
Fells Nat Cell soap and the borax. We've been doing it for over a year now because
Wow.
we go through a lot of detergent, and that's something that mission can all. I've got 30 guys on program. Their clothes get dirty. We have to wash them. Everybody that stays the night there, we have to wash the sheets, then because we don't
Sure.
know. We don't know anything about them.
That's understandable.
Now, generally, if they're coming, we give them the same bed, so that if they're there for the 3 days, they can, we don't wash their sheets. But if they're just there for a night, we have to wash everything.
Sure.
So, we go through a lot of detergent. A lot. That's always something we can use.
How's that working? Making your own, is that cost effective? And
Yeah, we make it for about 25 cents a load. So the guys don't particularly like it because, it's not downy or whatever,
Right.
whatever it is. I don't
Sure.
know. You can see how many clothes I've washed in my life. I got married because I didn't want to wash clothes. I'm sorry. I love you, honey. Thank you for washing my clothes.
All these years.
Yeah, all these years. That's the only reason. That's not the only reason, okay?
No,
In case my wife might be listening.
It's
She was
not
listening
the only
last time.
reason.
She quizzed me when I got home. Did you really? Did this really? Yes. Anyway. But yeah, that's something you don't think about.
Right. No, I never once. Never
Yeah.
once thought about dish soap.
Yeah, dish soap.
That makes perfect sense, though. Yeah, if somebody's struggling and don't have the
Body
they don't have the
wash.
food to feed their family, they probably are needing some household
Yeah.
supplies as well.
Yeah,
So,
and like I said, body wash,
yeah,
soap,
that's very cool.
shampoos.
Well, I think we collected about 17,000 food items.
Are you kidding me?
No, we did
That's
good.
crazy. That's like one for every
Yeah.
person in the city.
Think about it.
One can.
Yeah.
Every person in the city
so
gave one can.
hopefully, a lot of families that that might not have had the resources to have a great, especially Christmas coming up, Christmas meal and that kind of thing.
Right.
They're going to have that now. They're going to have some food in the house, and
Yes.
they're not going to have to be worried about that this year. So, really proud to be a part of that, and I thank you guys for letting us bring it all in there, and for the guys for sorting
we
it and
love
everything.
it.
That's very helpful.
I think it's a great. I was a Boy Scout. If it hadn't been for the Boy Scouts, who knows what would have happened? Because my dad, he was a military guy. He did 3 tours in Vietnam. He wasn't home a lot,
Right.
and the Boy Scouts taught me, everything I know. And I was all the way up. I was an Eagle Scout and Order of
No
the Arrow.
kidding.
Yeah, blah blah
Wow,
blah.
Cool. Eagle Scout.
Yeah.
What is it? Is that right?
Yeah,
3 fingers? I'm
yeah.
trying to salute him with the Boy
Yeah,
Scout salute,
that's
but I'm not
okay.
real sure. I was
That's
a Girl
okay.
Scout.
I was actually, to
Ours is
tell you the
this.
truth, I was more excited about being Order of the Arrow. That's a really big deal in the
Yeah,
Boy Scouts. You
it
get
is,
knocked
isn't it?
in. I mean,
Yeah.
I was really that was the highlight of my Boy Scout career, was being knocked into the Order of the Arrow. I don't know why. That just was. Happened at Camp Drake in Illinois, by the way. Anyway, so
Very cool.
Not that I remember all the way back to 1974, but whatever.
No, you just dated yourself.
I know. I know. I always wanted to, because I thought it would be a great conversation, to date yourself. Because, then I would agree with everything I say. It'd be great. We could go everywhere I wanted to
guess
go.
That's what I need to look at my life like, that I'm just dating
Yeah,
myself.
just date yourself.
I'm
And
dating
then,
myself.
like, where do you want to go? Oh, I want to go Chinese. I love Chinese. See, it's easy. You want to
Hey,
watch
let's
a
go
movie?
see
Yeah,
a
let's watch a movie.
Let's go see a chick flick.
Oh, yeah. There was a movie I wanted to see, that new World War II movie that was about the tanks and all that. And then there was the new Nicholas Sparks movie. And so my wife says, I said, which one do you want to go to? Well, after the Nicholas Sparks movie was over, I said we could have been watching Blood and Guts the whole time. I still didn't get to see the movie I wanted to see.
Is it still playing?
I don't know. But I know one thing. I ate 3 buckets of popcorn, so there it is.
So you still had a good time, didn't
There
you?
it is. I ain't
Still
going
had
to.
a good
The
time.
only movie I never ate a thing of popcorn in was at the Passion of Christ, because I kind of felt like this is kind of like sacrilegious, watching Jesus die on the cross and I'm eating popcorn.
And eating popcorn.
Like right in the middle, you got some guy drinking his cup. And he's like, I don't think that would be cool. Let's don't do that. And you know what? I don't think anybody did.
Oh, really? Their sales were down that night.
I had to be
huh?
honest with you. When we left that movie, it was the only movie. It was just dead silence when it was over. Nobody said anything. They just, like, hi, how are you? Nothing. We
Right.
just got up and left. It was a very moving
Yeah.
picture. Kind of
It's
like,
rather intense.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Well,
It's better than Old Yeller, though. Old Yeller was sadder. So,
Old Yeller's definitely sad.
yeah, Old Yeller's.
That's a sad
If you don't
movie.
cry at the end of Old Yeller, you just don't have a heart. You have no
gotta get a-
soul. You
you
have
got
no soul.
stone for a
That's it.
heart.
You have no soul.
That's right.
I mean,
Yeah.
come on. Old Yeller. The greatest dog in history.
Makes me want to go rent that and watch it again.
There you
Haven't
go.
Seen it
You
in
had to get
years.
that and Shane the same night. So you
Yeah,
go,
there
Shane,
you
come
go.
back. Well, we've got Thanksgiving
Excuse me.
almost wrapped up. We've got,
Yeah, what do you need at
thanks
this
to
point?
Mike and Zach. I would like to thank you, Mike Clark at Mike and Zach's. They smoked 45 turkeys for us, and I appreciate it. And yes, we smoke turkeys to sell, but You know, Mike and Zach's have done this for so many years for us. That's his contribution.
Yeah.
And I love them for doing it. And they are great friends of the rescue mission. So I just wanted to pass that along. And they're going to do it again for Christmas. I thank Mike Clark and Mike and Zach's for the kindness that they've shown. They came up with the idea. They are the ones that said they wanted to do it. And he's a man of his word. He's done it every year.
That's great.
But
and
what
that
do we
frees
need?
you up to actually make
Oh,
some
yeah,
money
absolutely.
for the mission, too.
We need pies, really, right now. We need a lot of pies.
Okay.
Pies, cakes, and cookies.
Pies,
Pies
cakes, and
especially.
cookies.
Pumpkin pies. You can buy them from Walmart. You can buy them from Harps. Shout out to Harps. Thank you for all the stuff you do for us. They do a lot for us. You can buy it from Kroger. You can buy whoever you want to buy from. Doesn't matter. You can buy them. You can make them. We'll take your pie. We'll whatever. And that is the biggest thing I see right now. We don't have a lot of desserts for Thursday, so we really could use your pies.
Really need those. Okay. Does anybody ever bring you mincemeat pie? My mom used to make
I don't
a
think I've ever
mincemeat
had one. I
pie
don't think so.
every Thanksgiving. And
Really?
and I think she did it at Christmas, too. But she hasn't done it for years.
I think I ate that once. Isn't it kind of like minty or some kind of flavor?
Well, no,
or...
it's real sweet.
Yeah,
it's
something.
It's very sweet. I don't know. I don't
No,
know how
but
to describe it.
if the Mennonite store would like, if Ozark Market would like to send over a shoe fly pie, I'll make sure it gets well taken care of. If you've never had
and
shoe
you'll
fly
make sure
pie,
it tastes good before you serve
absolutely.
it to anybody, won't you?
If you've never had shoe fly pie, you've got to have some.
I don't.
You've never had shoe fly pie?
No,
You've got to go there.
I mean, I've heard of it, but
it's
I've
the
never
best
had
pie
it.
ever.
I don't even know what's in it.
It's better than pecan. Nobody knows. It's so sweet you shoot flies away. That's why it's called shoe fly pie.
Is that what it is?
Got to have a shoe fly. If you haven't had a shoe fly pie, you've got to have one.
I'll have to look up the recipe
You
and see if I can make one. Interesting. I was thinking about making a mincemeat this year, but I don't think you can do it in a diabetic version.
No, you can't make
Don't think there's any
can't make a
version
shoe
for
fly
that.
pie either. Yeah, diabetes sucks.
It
That's all I can
does.
say. I hate diabetes.
They
don't call it. Why don't they call it livabetes?
'Cause it ain't no
They don't
fun.
live. That's right.
It's
There
not
is no
fun.
life when you have diabetes. I know.
It's the pits.
I'm speaking. I'm
It is
speaking
the
from what I
pits.
know. I
Me
never
too.
get to eat anything I really, really want.
I know. And I miss Mountain Dew so bad.
I wasn't a Mountain Dew guy,
Oh, I
but I
miss
tell you what I
Mountain Dew.
miss is cinnamon rolls.
Ooh.
And I make good ones. I make these like clone of cinnamon rolls. I don't even get to eat any of them. I just make them.
Oh,
I know
man,
everybody.
that's got to be
and
hard.
I vicariously watch everybody eat them.
How's that cinnamon roll?
Yeah, please describe it in detail. Lurid
Is
detail.
it melting in your mouth?
That's right. Yeah.
Oh, it is the pitch. You're right.
I know.
Do you need some sugar-free pies? Is
We
that
do.
Something
That'd
that
be
you
good.
could
Yeah,
probably
sugar. I
do?
didn't.
Because I mean, there are people
I'm
that
kind
come
of a
eat
new
at the
diabetic.
meal,
I'm just trying to get the diabetes train started. Okay, I've been sitting on the track a long time, and now it's moving out, and so I have to start thinking that way because
Well,
my
yeah,
doctor
there's a
told
lot
me
of
if I don't take
people.
it serious, I'm going to be bad trouble. So now I'm taking it serious.
Well, good.
I know
But there's a lot of people with diabetes in town.
more than probably even want to know.
Yeah, very much true.
Yeah.
But you probably got some folks coming in for the meal
Yes.
that could benefit from a sugar-free dessert.
I
if
can
somebody
pretty much
has,
tell you
some
the
good recipes.
average alcoholic that we deal with, okay, there's so much sugar ingested from theirs different, they probably are diabetic.
Oh my gosh, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah. I'll tell you something else that's really funny about
Wow.
alcoholics is they always want really spicy stuff. Like, I
Really?
mean, every rescue mission I've ever been at, and I've been at a lot, they always want hot sauce and everything and want it spicy. But you know what? Their stomachs are so tore up, it just kills them. They want to eat it, but they just can't.
Oh,
So we have
wow.
to limit the hot sauce. We have to limit this stuff. And something else is someone who's, especially if they're coming off of being alcoholic, they have a vitamin D deficiency. They don't realize that comes from a lot of that comes from sugar, and so they don't know that they're craving the sugar. But like if I put a thing of sugar out with the coffee in the morning, I put one out a day for the entire day because it'll be gone in 10 minutes. If I put out 50 pounds of sugar, it'd be gone in a day. Easy.
Really?
Yeah. So I literally have to lock the sugar up.
Wow.
So, and that's something else we can always use. Sugar. Flour, self-rising flour, self-rising cornmeal, cornmeal.
Are you needing any like vegetables at this point? Onions, anything
I
like
could
that?
use some Yeah, the green beans, corn.
Still need some green beans.
Always,
Okay.
yeah. The thing about Thanksgiving and Christmas is great because anything we don't use will be used.
Right.
So you can't give us too much.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And so I never want to say we don't need something. We always need stuff. We need your help. You can still help today if you want to. From 9 to 12, we'll be getting things. When I get done here. Yesterday, I cut turkeys all morning. And today, I'm going to make a bunch of stuffing up ahead of time. I got a new plan. I'm going to try a new plan.
Okay.
I'll tell you about it off the air. Anyway,
Okay.
I think it'll work. Anyway, because we have to make so much stuffing. I mean,
Right.
I need like 40 pans of stuffing.
To feed 12 to
Yeah.
1,300 people, that's a
That's a
lot
I'm
of
picky
stuffing.
about stuffing. I don't like it mushy, but I don't want it burnt. I want that in between.
Right.
I like cornbread stuffing. I got a couple new recipes I want to try. So I want to make about 3 test pans today just to see what I like.
Cool.
And, yeah, we'll go. Yeah, we do
If you
everything.
need somebody to help you taste test,
If
let
you
me
just
know.
come on by. Here we are and that's the thing, a lot of people don't realize is that just about everything we have at the mission on the Thanksgiving is homemade.
Oh, yeah.
We don't,
Yeah, it's
we're
good
not,
stuff.
yeah, we make,
Make sure those folks have
yeah,
a
we have
very
cornbread
good
stuffing.
Thanksgiving
We'll
meal.
have ham
Yeah.
and we'll have turkey. We'll have green beans and corn and cranberry sauce. And,
Even relish trays.
we have, just we say, we have relish in O'Neill School, and I just want to mention that O'Neill School every year, they have the kids bring in pickles and olives and all this stuff. We get all the stuff
that's
from
great.
O'Neill School. They have done that. I don't know for the 9 years I've been here for sure, and probably 10 years before that. I don't know how long they've been doing it, but they have been doing it forever. So thank you. A big shout out to O'Neill School for all they do for us.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I
What a
don't think
great
I even
lesson
thank
for
the Boy
kids,
Scouts
too.
for the food drive. Thank you, Boy Scouts. I appreciate you giving up the opening day of deer season to help us get canned goods. Because, brothers, I love you, but I wouldn't have been there because I wasn't. I'm not going to shoot a deer, but I'm going to be out there, okay? Just in case.
Right.
Because you
You
never
never know.
When a deer,
One of these
runs
days.
by, my favorite Far Side cartoon ever was these 2 deer standing there, and one's got a bullseye on it, and the other deer's looking at him and goes, "Bummer of a birthmark, Hal." That's the deer I'm looking for, Hal.
Very true.
That's the one
You know what?
I'm looking for.
I bet I've had a half dozen in my backyard this year.
Of course.
They've been
Tomorrow
everywhere
they'll be
this year.
herding in my yard.
Yeah.
I live in the
It's
woods.
insane.
I live in the woods. That's the thing that really makes me mad. I live in the woods. I mean, that's like my house, then woods. I
Yeah,
live in the woods.
me too.
Okay?
Yeah.
I can go about a 3/4 of a mile, neighbor. But between neighbor and me, nothing.
Woods.
Woods. That's it, woods.
And the deer hiding out there.
They're hiding. Unless they see my car going down the road, then they all jump out and, yeah, you're right. A little doe came out, they styling and profiling. Yeah, I bet you can't get me. That's right. Of course, he's probably, or she was probably just as safe on the road styling and profiling as in my gun sights because I don't know. I don't know.
It's
I'm
crazy,
just the
isn't
worst
it?
hunter.
It's crazy. Well, I'm right there with you. I'm right there with you.
I have a message from one of my every time I'm on the air, I get like 500
every
texts.
time he's on.
Okay.
What's this one?
I have to mention the chili cook-off, okay?
Oh,
I have to keep the chili
yeah.
cook-off
That's a
people
good
happy.
idea. Let's
It's
do
coming
that.
up. It's going to be our 10th anniversary. This is our 10th anniversary, and of which this is my 9th because this is my 9th year here. Believe it or not, next year is if I can make it this year without getting fired, I will have had 10 years in Poplar
Wow.
Bluff. I know.
It sure doesn't feel like it,
I'm
does
not
it?
sure, but I'm going to wonder if after 10 years, if I will be considered a Poplar Bluffian.
I think so.
I don't know.
I think
I tell people if I live here 50 years, I'll always be the new guy from California. That's that new guy from California.
Oh, nah. We
I don't miss California.
I'm glad.
I don't. I love it here. This is my home.
I would think that you would,
I
but
do.
I'm glad
I
you don't.
absolutely
Yeah.
love it here. All my sister does, who's a California highway patrolman, she just reads my posts and says, "You are such a redneck. You are living in the right place." She says, "You
Fit
are
right in."
Yeah, she just bought me one of those T-shirts that said, "If you can read this, I'm hanging upside down from my tree stand or something like that. I don't know. Fix me.
So when is the chili cook-off? We didn't say
The
what
last
date.
Saturday in February,
Okay.
like always. It's always the last Saturday in February. And we're hoping
Something's
for
tickling my throat.
bigger groups and more groups this year. We are going to go crazy at this chili cook-off. We have some of you know Phil Dixon. You probably don't. I don't know if you do. He was the business manager of the Mission when I began, and I know he's been a long time Poplar Bluffian, and he is the one who came up with this idea to do this
really?
chili cook-off.
Well,
I'm sure he ripped it off from somebody else because he ain't that smart. He's just sort of smart. But anyway, he came up with the idea. And so he's coming back because he now lives in Springfield. He's coming back for this event.
For the 10th annual.
Yeah, I'm
Excellent.
real excited that he's
Very
coming for that.
cool, yeah. Is he going to be one of the judges?
I don't know. I'm going to try and con him into
Yeah.
it.
Oh, it was fun.
So, everybody
It was
likes
fun.
judging the
I
chili
loved it. It was
cook-off.
fun.
I don't know why they like judging the chili
'Cause
cook-off
it's fun.
because I have every single year of the chili cook-off, and I mean every year, I try to eat all the chili that's there. I have never accomplished it yet. And it's just little teeny
I
portion
know.
cups.
I was worried about it, but last year when I got to judge, I said I'm going to do one bite from each one to
Right.
make sure that I don't, because I get full every time before I get all the way around too. I know exactly what you're talking about. So just one bite.
Well, it might
And that
be the
worked
fact
really
that
well.
I get
That
to
worked.
somebody's chili that I like, and I go back for
Yeah, get two or
a
three
few
more
different times, yeah.
But that's
let me,
the cool thing about the cook-off. You can do that. You can sample all these. And you know.
it's so much fun.
Yeah,
And I might
it's
just throw this
great.
out to you for the new potential guys and gals that are wanting to get this in there is, the hottest chili is not going to win.
No.
I always tell people that. I had a guy last year or year before last made chili with ghost peppers. Okay.
It was last year.
Okay, it was magnificently hot.
Oh,
now,
man,
I
was it
really
hot.
appreciate spicy food. I like spicy food. But I'm just going to tell you, I don't care. If you want to make a spicy chili just to make one and tell people that, hey, you want to try some spicy chili, but you need to make another chili to turn
For
in
the
because I can tell
competition.
you right now, a spicy chili is not going to win.
Well,
It
not
will,
that spicy.
No, it
for
won't
sure.
win. I mean,
that was, oh my gosh.
the
Oh my
best chili
gosh,
that I
was
tasted
hot.
last year, and I don't even know if it won, and I don't even remember who made it, but that's how good it was. I don't even remember who made it. It was Tim Funky. That's whose it was. Tim Funky's the best chili there, or was it Matt Funky? Matt Funky. Tim or Matt Funky
I know
won.
Matt's won before.
I don't
so,
remember.
Yeah.
But the best one I ate was you ate it, and then like a few seconds after you ate it, you kind of felt the spice in the back.
A little bit of burn.
And
yeah.
I really like that. That's
Yeah.
how I like it. And it was really good chili. It must have been Matt or Tim Funky. I don't
One or the
know.
other.
Yeah, one or the other. So, you got to come back so I can find
yeah.
out.
Yeah, there you go.
I don't know.
So be thinking about that. Maybe
Yes.
you'll want to put a team in this year.
Yes. Yes.
If you've never tried it before, it's a lot of fun.
It is a lot of fun. Everybody
it's just
always
a
asks
great
why I don't
time.
have a team in there. I said, because I would win, and it would look bad that if the guy that runs the place wins every year. I mean, there's no doubt I make the best chili in town, but one day I'm gonna get
And he's
someone
so
else.
modest too.
I am. That's
Such a
the best thing
modest
about
guy.
me is my modesty.
Modesty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I never like to talk about
It's an
myself. I don't even like to
attractive
talk. I ain't actually
You
that's
don't like to talk.
no, that's
Is that
one of
what
the
you
things
just
about me.
said?
Yeah, that is one of the things
Did you
about me
really
is
say
that
that?
I really, yeah, I did, and I really am. I'm very introvert.
Oh yeah.
Only when I'm on the radio. See, it's something I take this. I take some medicine or something that turns me into this talkative person. But actually, in my real life, I don't hardly ever talk. I'm very quiet.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what the girls say.
Yeah. Thanksgiving,
Oh, my goodness.
Thursday.
So you need pies, cakes, cookies.
Yep.
You need green beans, corn.
Yep.
Do you need cranberry sauce?
Yep.
You need cranberry sauce.
Think about this. Okay, let me make it simple for
sugar,
you. If you need it
flour,
for Thanksgiving,
cornmeal.
send it. Oh, and
Yeah,
let me
that's
tell you
amazing.
something about volunteers while we're on that, while we're talking about what we need. If you'd like to volunteer to help serve the meal, you can show up anytime after 7 o'clock in the morning. Because 7 o'clock in the morning, because I know, Brittney, you've helped us do this before
Yeah,
that early.
yeah.
We have pies to cut. We have all these pies we have. We
Right.
have all the pies that are potentially going to be there. Okay, please make us work past 7:15. Okay, we need a lot of pies. we're going to get those portioned out.
Okay.
And we're, get all that stuff done. And then we're going to start making the cold portion of the to-go trays, which is all the, like, the apple and an orange and, whatever, the cranberry sauce. So we put them on separate trays. Okay? And when we're done with that, then we'll start making the hot trays and we'll start delivering. So if you're going to deliver a meal, I would say be at the Mission by 10 minutes to 10 or right around that time.
Okay.
And if you see a lot of people there, don't panic. We have plenty.
Oh, yeah.
You'll get a chance to do something. Okay? If you want to help serve, I'm talking about actually put potatoes on the plate, you just show up. I don't care what time you show up. Earlier the better, because everybody wants to be the person that puts potatoes on the plate. That's the glory job. I want to beat up, whatever. So, and we have a lot going out, but we get a lot of people.
Oh, yeah.
But now, what I say this, I say this all the time. When you come, you don't be a wallflower. I had somebody come one year and they left all upset because they didn't get used for anything. And I said, well, where were you? I was over there waiting for someone to tell me what to do. Listen, we are feeding a bunch of people.
You're a little covered up that
and
day.
I am.
You got to jump in.
Contrary to what most people think, I really am ADHD. Okay, I know you don't think I am just because I walk away in the middle of everybody's conversations. Because the old saying of. You know how you keep an ADD person. Hey, there's a bicycle going across. I wonder what they're doing. Anyway, there's a squirrel. Oh, it's snowing in Montana. Anyway, of course, when is it not snowing in Montana? Okay, but anyway.
Oh my goodness.
You're
a mess.
You can tell I'm jacked up about Thanksgiving.
I think so.
Anyway, you've got to come in and see me and get in my face. Give me something to do.
You've got a gazillion things going on at the same time. 15 million people trying to vie for his attention all at the same time. You just have to jump in there.
Yeah, and I'm stressed.
You just got to jump in there.
Actually, I'm very calm, cool, and collected.
On the outside.
10 minutes before I get there, and and then I go home to a Thanksgiving meal. My kids are coming. Not all my kids. My kids from Kansas City are coming, and this, that, and my wife's got this whole big Thanksgiving meal plan. I'm like, you know what? Can we just have pizza or something? Because I am so sick of it. Oh, I want traditional meals. It's like, for 25 years, I've served Thanksgiving, and I could care less about Thanksgiving. I can't remember a Thanksgiving that I've had, just me and my family. Or Christmas. This is what I do, and it's what I signed up for, and it's what I know.
About forever,
and it's okay with me. I don't complain. My kids might have complained. I don't remember. I can't remember. I just tell them if they go see the counselor, just blame Dad. Whatever. It's always Dad's fault. It's just my fault. You're a parent, poor parenting, whatever. Thanksgiving, my dad was always gone. Yeah, feeding homeless.
There you go.
That makes you feel better. Go ahead. So we are looking forward. We're going to have
a great time.
Great time.
Yeah.
We really are. It's like a party. We have a good time. And there's times when, in rodeo terms called riding slack, we're going to ride slack. And that's where everybody just sits down and fellowships.
Yeah.
And then all the volunteers get to have their Thanksgiving meal there too. So, we have a good time. And there's times when I usually end up praying about 4 times because we pray before we cut stuff, and we pray before the meals, and we pray this, and we pray that. But it's a really, really, really good time.
It is.
It really is. And in fact, there's some people that I don't even see throughout the year, except I see on Thanksgiving and Christmas. It's the only time I get to see you because we're all busy. And I've got a couple people who have come every year that, I just know who they are. And, Eddie Stremfel, he's come every year since I've been here. And he's a part of the line. He knows what to do. I don't have to tell him a thing. Or,
he's one of those can help all the new volunteers and keep them straight.
Yeah, exactly. And I've got a lady that comes and she runs the line. She stands back like a drill sergeant. Don't give too much because it's portion control.
Sure.
Because it looks like we have a lot and we don't.
Right.
Because you see all this stuff. It's like, yeah, well, that's all we got. So, the old restaurant adage used to be, we're here to feed them, not fatten them. And so that's kind of how we try to be.
True. But it's plenty of food, though. It's a big plate of food. It's plenty. Everybody gets full. It's not.
And we get if you have teenagers that want to come and help, we want them because we usually
great for
we
them,
enlist the teenagers to go out and they see because everybody's served. They're served the meal. They're not go through a line. They say, so we have them bring the plates. They bring the desserts. I have little kids doing that. What kind of dessert would you like?
It's a great experience for
And
the
they
kids.
walk around with coffee and iced tea and and water, and they fill their drinks just like a restaurant. We keep them full, you know.
Yeah,
and
the kids get to play.
Yeah,
you know, server kind of thing. They
it's
have
so
some
great
fun with
for
it, but
folks to bring their kids. I encourage you to bring your kids. And, you know, if you can only come for an hour, if you can only come at 7 o'clock and help us cut pies and you have to leave by 8, you did something. Thank you.
Right,
Thank you for coming. If you just donate a pie and you walk away and you don't even come and help, thank you. Thank you. If you donate a turkey, a lot of businesses donated turkeys. There's a lot of businesses that donated cash money. All of those that bought a smoked turkey, yeah, you got something out of it, but you still donated because you could have went anywhere and bought it. So thank you for everyone who's done everything and anything, the least, the smallest thing. I thank you all for what you've done for the United Gospel Rescue Mission. 45 years we have been in this town helping Poplar Bluffians and Butler Countyans in the surrounding area now. We love Poplar Bluff. And the bottom line is, whatever it takes to make Poplar Bluff a better place, we're willing to do.
Absolutely.
We are here for you.
You can't really put it any better than that, can you? And believe it or not, we're about out of time.
I know, I did it again. Everyone always says, oh, you're the only one that ever talks.
That's not true, is it?
No, I let you. I have to breathe
throw in a
sometimes.
word here
I have
and
to
there.
take in air sometime. Come on. Can you tell I love what I do? That's the most important thing.
You know, that really is the most important thing.
I
right
love
there.
what I do. I love
There
Chris
it
Russian
is.
at the Boys and Girls Club. I don't think I've ever been on the air one time and not mentioned Chris Russian and the Boys and Girls Club. I really don't. I think I always do because I love their organization, because his job is to keep them from becoming my problem. I mean, if Chris can do his job the way it needs to be done, then I don't put me out of business, Chris, please.
That's right.
Okay?
That's our goal.
But you won't. Anyway, but you can try.
That's our goal, though, man. We want to make sure that every young person has
Right.
the opportunity and is filled with self-confidence and all those things they
Right.
need to be able to tackle life and not make bad
Right.
choices.
And the thing is as much as I love Chris Russian, as much as I love the Boys and Girls Club, I can't raise money for them. I can't.
Right.
I just can't, because my heart is not there. Chris with the Boys and Girls Club, like me with the mission, he'll make you want to give.
Oh, yeah.
That's just what he does. And the same thing with Galen with St. Jude's. He made me want to give.
Yeah.
Because he's so behind that. He is so behind it. He can give you 50 reasons why you should support St. Jude. And you know what? I agree. And I'm a cancer survivor. And I love the American Cancer Society, and I love UCAN. I love all those things, but I can't raise money for them.
Right.
Not that I don't want to. My heart is not in it
No,
the
I know
same
exactly what
way.
you're saying.
My
Yeah.
heart is in the rescue mission. I
Right.
eat and sleep and breathe the United Gospel Rescue Mission. I love it. I love my board. I love our people, and I love our town. This is where I am going to, whatever cemetery will accept me, I'm going to be there. You'll be able to come by and either throw a flower on or come by and look at my grave and say,
Put a
he
label.
finally shut up. He finally shut up. I don't believe it.
Oh, I don't think anybody will be saying that.
My wife's not sure if I'll be in heaven because...
Oh, no.
Yeah, because it says that one part in Revelation, but there was a silence for up to 30 minutes in heaven. So she says, you're going after that because that ain't going to happen. Because I'll be like, what? Where'd everybody go? What's going on?
No.
Hey, Jesus, where's that? What's up? What are we doing now? Where are we going to go?
What's next?
Yeah. Hey, there's a squirrel. I have seen a squirrel.
You love those squirrels, don't you? Man, thank you so much, as usual, for coming in
I had a blast.
and talking with us.
I
And
love you. Love
remember-
you, Poplar Bluff.
Yeah, absolutely. Remember, if you'd like to help, drop off those cakes, pies, cookies, green beans, corn, whatever you want to donate, drop those off at the Rescue Mission ASAP.
That's as soon as possible.
Yes. Or if you'd like to volunteer your time, they'll be preparing this morning and tomorrow morning.
Correct.
And then on Thanksgiving Day, after 7, they'll start
Correct.
getting things ready. Deliveries will start around 10.
Ish,
So if
yeah.
you get there a little bit before that, you should be in good shape for that. But there's definitely something you can do to be a part of it this year, and we encourage
We
you
always
to do
need
that.
dishwashers.
Okay, I'm not volunteering for that one.
Whatever.
And, of course, that's it for Brittney on the Bluff for today. Have a fantastic one. We'll do it again tomorrow right here on KWOC.
What's happened? What's happening?